Today, we've got more great news on the Pixel 8 and the Pixel 8 Pro, including some improvements to the camera. Let me know in the comments what you most want to see from the new Pixels. So first up, for anyone that doesn't want to wait for the new Pixel, Best Buy is still running some great deals on the Pixel 7 and the Pixel 7 Pro, and you can buy them unlocked or even locked to a network, and the deal is running until the end of the month. And of course, I've placed a link down in the description below for those of you that want to grab a bargain. Next up, we'll get the unfortunate news out of the way first. And Yogesh Brar advises that we're going to be seeing a $50 to $200 increase on all major smartphones this year, including the Pixel 8 series. Now, all phones have been grouped into this category, and Pixels generally aim for lower prices, so the good news is that I would expect the Pixel 8 series is at the bottom end of this. Now, we've also got confirmation from Roland Quant that the Pixel 8 Pro is going to come with a choice of 128, 256 or 512 storage, along with a choice of 8 or 12 gigabytes of RAM, whereas the standard Pixel 8 is going to have a choice of 128 or 256 storage, and all versions will have 8 gigabytes of RAM. Now, these configurations are in fact the same as last year, and we weren't really expecting any changes. Next up, we've got a report from Android Authority that not only are we going to be getting upgrades to the Pixel 8's camera system, but we're also getting software upgrades and a bit of an overhaul in the UI. Now, on the software side, we're getting staggered HDR, and it's going to use small delays between frames to reduce the picture taking time, along with segmented auto white balance, and this is going to add more true-to-life post-processing to parts of an image that's going to improve the overall accuracy. Now, for the UI changes, we get all of the settings options that move down to the bottom left corner, and it's also going to be available using a swipe up gesture, and it's all been designed around better usability for one-handed operation. The new UI also reveals Action Pan, Portrait, Long Exposure, Night Sight, and Panorama, and while these aren't new, they're now in the main bar instead of the Motion tab. We're also getting lots of rumors about eSIM only on the new Pixel 8 series, but this is very unlikely, and as Max Weinbach points out, Google don't really have the leverage to put off consumers with such a drastic change, and while Apple did it to some models last year, I don't see anyone else following just yet. Now, for those of you who missed it, we also had a leaked teaser last week that not only shows us a good look at the new Pixel 8 Pro, but it also gives detail on the new audio eraser feature, so we'll just take a look. So you can see from the clip that the audio arrays seem to perform very well, and I'm excited to try out this new feature. While Google doesn't put the latest flagship chips in their phones, they do offer some incredible AI tools, and they just keep getting better and better. Now, we've also had many reports that we're going to be getting a new video unblur, similar to photo unblur, but of course for videos. We're going to have to wait and see if these features are for the Pixel 8 only, or if they also get passed down to the older Pixels. Now, the end of the teaser gives us a good shot at the blue Pixel 8 Pro, and as you can see, it looks exactly the same as these renders I've been showing you for months, so you can be pretty certain that this is exactly what the Pixel 8 Pro is going to look like. So first up, we've got the standard Pixel 8. With the standard Pixel 8, we get a 6.17-inch flat display. It's a 120Hz Full HD Plus OLED with a resolution of 2400 by 1080 and a peak brightness of 1400 nits. We get a 10.8 megapixel punch hole camera for the selfies, and then on the rear we've got a 50 megapixel Samsung GN2 for the primary camera and a 15 megapixel Sony IMX386 for the ultra wide. It's of course powered by Google's new Tensor G3 chipset, and it comes with 8 gigs of RAM and a choice of 128 or 256 storage. We get a 4485 mAh battery with 24-watt wired charging and 20-watt wireless. And we also get 5G support, Bluetooth 5.3, Wi-Fi 7, and an ultra-wideband chip as well. And of course, the phone is going to ship with Android 14. The phone is launching in October, and we're still awaiting confirmation of the prices, but it's estimated to launch around $650 to $700. Now, next up, we've got the Pixel 8 Pro, and for the first time ever, we get a 6.7-inch 120Hz flat display on the Pro model. It's coming with a resolution of 2992 by 1344, giving us 490 pixels per inch. We get a peak brightness of 1600 nits. We get a 10.8 megapixel punch hole camera for the selfies, and then on the rear, we get a 50 megapixel Samsung GN2 for the primary camera, a 64 megapixel Sony IMX787 for the ultra wide, then a 48 megapixel GM5 for the telephoto, and it's going to have 5 times optical zoom. It's of course powered by Google's new Tensor G3 chipset, and it comes with a choice of 8 or 12 GB of RAM, and then a choice of 128, 256 or 512 storage. We get a 4950 mAh battery with 27 watt fast wired charging, and then 23 watt wireless. We also get 5G support, Bluetooth 5.3, Wi-Fi 7 and ultra wideband, and then we also get a new temperature sensor, which is brand new to the Pixel series. Now the phone will of course ship with the new Android 14, and the phone is launching in October. Again, we're still awaiting confirmation of the prices, but I estimate it's going to launch at around $950 to $1,000. So for the Pixel 8 and the Pixel 8 Pro, we've got some minor design changes, and Google's focus, as usual, has been on the AI features as well as delivering a great overall experience. Through previous releases, there have been a lot of complaints about curved displays in my comments, so it's nice to see that Google have listened to the consumer feedback, and the Pro model now gets a flat display as well. Given that we're so close to launch, the leaks are going to come flooding in now, and it's likely that we'll know everything about it before the launch, and of course I'll be sharing any information as soon as it comes in, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a thing in the future.